Hey Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. And a very strange thing happened today. I found myself in agreement with Simon Jordan and not Martin O'Neill. I've got a lot of time for Martin O'Neill, very well respected double European Cup winning guy. Great managerial experience, but in this occasion I have to disagree with him. Although my reasons for agreeing with Simon Jordan are very different motivations. And it is about the mighty Tottenham Hotspur coming to Melbourne on the 22nd of May, playing Newcastle United at the MCG. I think it's brilliant because I get to see Tottenham play for the first time in 30 years. So is it 30 years? Bloody hell, man. God, doesn't time fly when you're growing a beard? Yeah, so I'm excited about it. Simon's reasons, of course, of justifying us, oh, it's all business, blah, 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 it's all growing the global brand, blah, 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 blah. No, my motivations are purely 100% selfish. I don't give a bugger. I'm a champion at the bit. I've just had a look at the MCG's website. They're going to do a little, probably a little pre-sale for their members. You know, ties, old school boys, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, the ruling classes have got to get their bread buttered first before plebs like me get a shoe in. But hopefully, when the tickets go on sale, I'm definitely going to bloody well go. Now, you might ask, why didn't I go to Perth? Well, Perth is 4,000 kilometres away, 42 hours drive. Or, you know, I could have auctioned off my children to buy a return ticket to Perth. That would have worked, but Melbourne is doable. 10-hour drive, that's a walk in the park, that is. So yeah, I'm very excited about that, very excited. And I'll probably do some fanboy things like go to the airport and see them coming off the plane. Bugger it, why not? Now, I saw an interview, that's enough about Simon Jordan. I'm not interested in the global brand or anything like that. I don't, you know, I'm fully expecting as well. It's 3 days after the Premier League wraps up. I'm fully expecting it's not going to be the most competitive game on the planet. It might even not be the strongest 11 we put on the field. I don't give a billy bollocks. I don't care. I'm going to go and see, and it'll be worth every cent. It's going to be fantastic. Now on Optus Sport, they've just dropped a couple of interviews. One with Scott Munn, our director of football, is that what he's called? Person in charge of football? I fell asleep during it. It's all that, wasn't it? It's all that. I'm not interested in any of that. Alignment, synergies, leaning in with a fresh set. Let's look at it with a fresh pair of eyes, Scott. What's the optics on this? All this terrible, terrible stuff that these people say. I don't really care about that. The one I really cared about was Mile Jedinak, dobra, jebemte dobro, mi smo spremni. That's what we want, a bit of that. I'll tell you what, he doesn't look any less fearsome than 9 years ago when he, under Ange Postecoglou as coach, captained Australia to lift the Asian Cup. One of those cups that's been poo-pooed a lot in England recently. Oh, why do we have to play these Mickey Mouse Cups in the middle of the season? Blah, 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 blah. I'll go and do one. It was a fun time to be a football fan in Australia. And Mile Jedinak, a bit more salt and pepper in the beard, but you'd still do what he bloody well says on the pitch. I've heard a couple of players say that his delivery is very good, which is kind of, you know, because he coaches, one of the coaching duties he has is defensive set pieces. I forgot what it was. It might have been Mickey van der Ven might have been Mickey van der Ven, someone like that, who said that Mile's delivery is very good. Just got me thinking. It probably is the case with some of these coaches going around. Okay, they can't play a match anymore, but they're probably some of the most skillful guys you can see in short bursts, aren't they? Because they've been banging in crosses for like 40, 50 years by now, so they're going to be good at it. He's enjoying the challenge at Tottenham, which is great. I'm sure the players respect him, because if you don't respect Mile, you're going to come the worst off, I reckon. Is there anything of note? He really said excited to work under Ange again. Next step in his coaching career. Really interested in the messages of Ange Postecoglou. And I think that's the thing about a good coach in football, a good gaffer. It's more about the messages, isn't it? It is more, I think it is more about the messages, the motivation. The coach's job really is just to recognise the gel and chemistry of the team and get that ticking over, and then let the players take care of the rest of themselves. Give them some basic principles, but then they're off, aren't they? Ange's few words of motivation are probably worth, well, they're worth way more than 2 hours of a good old roasting on the end of someone like Antonio Conte. I know what I'd prefer. I mean, what would a grown human being prefer? A bit of fire in your belly, or a bit of fire up your arse? I know what I'd prefer. I know what would get me going. So it's all a bit quiet on the Western Front at the moment. No other real news. I am very excited to see at the prospect of seeing Tottenham play. Martin O'Neill, of course, he said that it was, it's a joke. It's a joke to travel that far after the end of the Premier League. Well, I think Simon Jordan was actually right when he said, well, they'll be coming over on first-class jets. They're not going to be here for that long. They're going to have a bit of a kick around in front of 80,000 people. Another reason I'm excited, I've never been to the MCG, which is one of the, and I hate the word, but it is iconic. I know every bloody thing, even his milk crate's iconic these days, but the MC is definitely one of those top sporting venues in the world. So that's going to be a fitting arena to see the mighty Spurs, the Super Spurs, march out. They're going to be here, they're going to have a kick around of football, and then they're all going to bugger off on holiday. And then James Maddison is going to, oh dear, what's he going to do? I mean, it's not the flight I'm worried about with James Maddison. What we're worried about James Maddison is he's got to sit there in rooms and just listen to Gareth Southgate drone on. Oh my God. I mean, going from one extreme to the other. We've gone from Conte through Ange Postecoglou, Mile Jedinak and Gareth Safetygate. Blimey. So hopefully James Maddison can maybe put some headphones on, because I don't want him coming back to the new season as if he's been chugging a few kilo of Ambien or something like that. I'm much more concerned about that than one day over in Australia. It's going to be interesting to see the reaction over here. I hope they get a warm welcome. I'm sure there's a lot of Spurs fans in Australia that are all going to go down there and cheer the boys on. Anyway, folks, I'm up on the roof. It's a lovely day. I hope everything is well with you and your friends and your family. Until next time, peace and love, man. Come on, you Spurs.